Having the ability to align and distribute objects is a core functionality of any vector design application, but Inkscape takes things a step further by allowing you to distribute objects around a circular path. And a good example of when something like this would be useful would be when designing a clock. So for this example, I was able to take these 60 individual rectangles that represent the minute increments going around a clock, and I was able to distribute them around a circle with equal spacing and in such a way that each object was rotated as it goes around the circle. And for the numbers, I was able to do the same thing, only I was able to distribute them in such a way in which the numbers are not rotated. And in this tutorial, I'll be demonstrating how you can do both to create this clock design. And before we get started, if you want to learn more about how Inkscape works, I'm currently running a promotion on my Inkscape and my Affinity courses. You can get both of them bundled together for just $17. These two apps complement each other quite well, and when you use both of them, you have a near perfect replacement for Adobe Illustrator. So if you want to learn everything that there is to know about both Inkscape and Affinity, be sure to check out that course. I'll have some more information about that down below. This promotion is only running until this coming Monday, so this link will only be active until then. So with that out of the way, let's get started. I'm going to move this out of my view, and I'm going to start with a blank screen, and I'm going to grab the circle and ellipsis tool, and I'm going to hold the control key and click and drag to draw a perfectly round circle. Now make sure you don't convert this circle to a path, otherwise what we're going to do is not going to work. In order for the circular alignment thing to work, you need to have a circle object. So we have our circle. I'm going to make this a lighter shade of gray, maybe even lighter. And then I'm going to draw the minute increments that are to go around this circle. So there's going to be 60 of them because there's 60 minutes in an hour. Let me make this a little bigger. And I'm going to grab my rectangle tool, and I'm just going to draw a little rectangle like that. And I'm going to make this black. And I'm going to make 60 copies of this. So I'm just going to click and drag and then press the space bar to make a copy. And I'll make a copy, I'll make 10 of these. So there's 5 right there. And there's 10. So I will duplicate these now. I'll just press Control D or Command D. And now we have 20. And then I'll duplicate those as well. Command D. Now we have 40. And Command D one more time. And now we have 60. So these are going to be the minutes going around this circular object right here. I'm going to select all of these, and then I'm going to hold Shift and select the circle, and now I'm going to open up the alignment menu by going to Object and selecting Align and Distribute. And in the menu, you'll notice we have a tab over here called Circular. I'm going to click on that. And the settings I want to use right now are Objects Bounding Boxes, First Selected Circle and Ellipse, and I want to make sure I have the Rotate Objects box enabled. And with all of those settings in place, I'll click the Arrange button, and you can see what it did. It took those objects and rotated them around the circle like that. So now that we have our minutes in place, let's go and create the 5-minute increments. So I'm going to take this object right here, and I'm going to duplicate that by pressing Control D. And I'm going to make this one a little larger, just the height. I'm going to increase the height of it. And I'm actually going to group all of these together. Let me select all of this, and I want to deselect the circle. So I'm going to hold Shift and click on the circle to deselect it, and I should just have those 60 objects selected. And you can confirm that by coming down here to the status indicator. It'll show you that you have 60 objects selected, and I'll group them together by pressing Command G or Control G if you're on Windows or Linux. Okay, so now I'm going to take this object and I'm going to make 12 copies of these, or 12 copies of this. So let me press the space bar to make some copies. And there's 6 of them right there. And I'll just duplicate those as well. And if I select them all, you can confirm that you have 12 of them by looking at the status indicator at the bottom of the screen. And with those selected, I'll hold Shift, click on that circle, and I'll do the same thing. I'll click the Arrange button using the same settings that we previously used. There we go. And now I'm going to deselect the circle by holding Shift and clicking on it. And now I want to group those together by pressing Command G or Control G. And now I want to just scale these down a little bit so that they snap to the top of these smaller increments. So let me turn on my snapping control. And then I'm going to hold Control and Shift and take this top arrow and just scale this down until it snaps to the top of that minute increment right there. And there we go. Now we have everything neatly confined within a circle. So let me turn off snapping now. We don't need that anymore. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to hold Control and Shift and scale that down a little bit because we're going to place the numbers on the inside of these minute increments. And now I'm going to create the individual numbers. So let me grab my text tool, which is over here. And I'll click to add the cursor. And I'm just going to create 12 minutes. And I'm going to convert this to a path. I will go to Path, Object to Path, and then I will go to Path and choose Split Path so that we have separate individual numbers. And I just want to make sure that I group these double-digit numbers together. Let me grab the selection tool. I want to group those together, so I'll press Command-G or Control-G, and I'll do the same thing with the number 11, group them together, and then the 1 and the 0 for the number 10, and group them together. Now, the way that the position of these, or the stacking order rather, of these numbers is going to dictate the order in which they are going around the clock or around the circle. So I want to make sure that I click on each one of these one by one and raise them to the top of the document. So I'm going to start with the number 1 and I'm going to click on this button that says raise to the top. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the rest of these numbers. I'm just going to click on them in order and make sure I raise each one to the top one by one. And that'll make everything nice and organized for what we're about to do next. Okay, so once that's done, let me select all of my numbers, and I'm going to bring them over to the circle just to size them up. I want to make sure that they're not too big or not too small. As I can already tell that they're too big as they are, so I'm going to hold Control and Shift and scale them down and make them a little smaller. And now, with these selected, I'm going to hold Shift and click on the circle, and I'm going to apply the circular setting, but I'm going to deselect this option that says Rotate Copies. And if I click Arrange, you can see what happens. We don't quite get the effect we're going for. We have 10 o'clock up here, and then it goes 11, 12, and 1. And the reason why that happened is because on this circle, this end right here represents the start point. If I grab the circle tool, you can see we have this node right here. This node is where the start point of the circle is. So Inkscape took the object that I had selected first, which was the number 1, and started it there. So we had 1 o'clock here and then going around clockwise until we end up with 12 o'clock over here. So to fix that, we just have to rotate the circle so that the start point is over here where the number 1 typically is. So let me press Command-Z or Control-Z to undo that. And to make this easy, let me make a duplicate of this circle. And I'm going to make this a different color. And I'm going to hold Control and scale this down like that. And this is just going to be an indicator. I'm going to hold Shift, click on the other circle, so we have them both selected. Click on it again till we get the rotation handles. And I'm going to hold Control and rotate this counterclockwise until that red circle is sitting right where 1 o'clock ought to be. So right there is good. Now let me take that circle. I can get rid of it now. And this should represent the starting point of where it's going to be rotated. And now I can take all of these objects right here, hold Shift, click on the circle, and then let's try this again. And now everything should be set in place. Now I'm going to undo that and make my circle a little bigger because I'm not quite happy with how far away from the number increments they were. And I'll do that again. Okay, and that looks good. And from here, you could take this circle and make that black and hold Control and Shift and scale that down. And you could use that as the center point of the clock. And you could begin drawing your minute, hour, and second hands if you'd like to. If you found this lesson useful, then consider checking out my Inkscape Masterclass. It's a collection of over 60 videos where I go over all of the tools and features in Inkscape, and I explain what they are and demonstrate how they work. Kind of like how I did in this video. We even have a private community where you can ask questions and get help from me anytime you want. And best of all, there's no monthly membership fees. You just pay $17 one time and you're in for life. I'll have some information about that down below if you want to check that out. As always, thanks for watching.